when keeping it woke goes wrong. In the words of the great Shaggy, like Zoink Scoop. The A Show.
Where smart is the new sexy.
And now, April Hunter.
Hello, salud, hola, wie geht's? How's everybody doing? I am, as the thing said, April Hunter, the wonderful thing. And this is my awesome co-host, Ray Hernandez. Not so big anymore. So how are you doing? How's everybody doing in here?
I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
I'm all right. We have a lot to talk about today.
Yeah.
We're talking about some interesting. I'm starting to really hate the term woke, but I am loving the pushback on it.
Word.
And I sent you another video on Instagram that you probably saw.
Hmm?
Hopefully. Yeah, we're going to talk about the pushback on the woke culture. We're going to talk about artificial wombs. And
wait, like Ric Flair? Woo!
No, wombs.
Oh, wombs. Oh.
Yes. Yep. The pros and cons there. We're going to discuss some of the how to stop some of the misinformation or disinformation, how easy it would be to do. And do I have, that's a sunspot. I have the window open, so let me pull the shade down.
No. That's actually the wire. The wire behind you.
Right there.
No. That's not. That's the. All right. So turn around.
What?
Turn around towards your left. Turn around to your left. Is that your left? That way. Yeah. Keep turning.
You see the sunspot there? I see it.
No, it's not a sunspot. That's the actual lights caught in your hair. The wire
really?
lights. Yeah.
Oh, it's caught in my hair?
Yes.
Oh, shit. You're right.
See? I was like, what the
I'm telling you, it is such a Monday today. Thanks for catching that. Okay, I'll open my
Christmas.
window back up because I like the
right.
sunlight. I like the sunlight.
I thought at first
yeah.
I thought it was a sunspot too, but I was like, why is this sunspot caught like in her hair?
I know, right? Thanks for catching that. You can tell I like slammed it. I'm like sliding into my seat. I'm like, I'm late. So yeah, didn't do my hair. I'm like, let's
What
just
did you
go.
fall into? You fell into the wall behind you?
Yeah, basically that's what happened. I think. So
what's going on? Look at all these people here. Hi, everybody.
Anyway, yeah, we will talk about some of that. We'll talk about are windmills affecting whales. We will discuss a good news story and how our past does not determine our future. So yeah, I'm running behind. I always want a t-shirt that says, not for this, but obviously everything else. Sorry I was late, but I didn't want to come.
Oh, that's what she said.
Boobies.
So hi, Fred, Bigwig, cool, awesome dude, AB Twitch. And AB Twitch, thank you for sending me some information. He's been sending me some cool stuff on Instagram too. Much appreciated. Cool. I love when you guys send me things that you think will be interesting on the podcast. So I appreciate that. Eva, hello, War Demon. What's up? I appreciate you guys. How are you guys doing? And there's Jamie. So how are you guys doing today? It's nice to see you coming in here.
I see Gam Wolf, Winona.
Yeah, Winona. So Braithwaite, hi. So it's cool to see so many people joining us on a Wednesday afternoon. Thank you. And as many people know, we are live. If you're listening to us, we're live on Wednesday afternoons on Twitch TV, The A Show.
That's right.
You can also see us live on YouTube. We stream on Twitter. And now we're also available through Hemming Media. You can look us up under the Hemming Media Group umbrella for on regular podcasts where you can download us and take us with you. So we're on Apple Podcasts. Yeah. Apple Podcasts. We're on Podbean. We're on
Stitcher. We're on what's the
Spotify.
Spotify.
Yes.
Yeah, we're everywhere. So
Thank you, Ray. Thank you,
no
Ray.
problem. Anywhere you listen to your podcast, just search Hami Media Group, subscribe there, or just search The A Show with April Hunter, and the episodes will pop up. So anywhere you listen to your podcast, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a few A shows out there, but there's only one with April Hunter. So there you go. And by the way, yes, cool, awesome dudes asking if I collect graphic tees. Yes, I do. And I love graphic tank tops even better because I live in Florida and we're stupidly hot. This is one that somebody sent me. Chuck sent me this one. And it's a Christmas shirt, but I'm wearing it all year round.
Can I see it? Move it up a little bit.
Yes.
Oh, that's my dude right there.
Yeah. It's a wrestling shirt.
Looks like Ben.
Kind of right.
The little guy.
The Abominable Snowman.
The Abominable Snow. What's the name of the? What was that Yukon? I forgot his name.
Yukon Cornelius.
Yes, Yukon Cornelius. He used to. I remember. Yep.
Nothing.
Yes. I've been digging for gold and
Yeah,
silver.
Chuck, thank you. Yeah, so I wear your shirts. I wear everybody's shirts. So if you send me something, I'm wearing it. I will say my favorite one is still Fred's shirt, where he actually had a custom shirt made for us. It was when Aaron was here, and he had the graphic of Aaron and I, and it says the A show on it. And I think I wore that last week or the week before.
Did
so,
you?
Oh yeah, it's
Oh,
red. So
that's cool.
I love it. So.
So
yeah,
you were telling me it's been a long week for you, huh?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I some people know this, some people don't. I don't talk about a lot of stuff going on in my personal life, but the day before Pax died, I was going to my dentist appointment, and I got hit by a car in a parking lot.
You were in a car though, just be clear.
I was in the car, yeah. The teenager driving. I think she was 18, and I was on the street. I just pulled into the shopping center, and I was on the straight of the 2-lane straightaway, and she was flying across from Pollo Loco to Target, and she slammed into me. And I found out today that the insurance company decided to total my car off of a fender bender.
Bastards.
I think it's the seatbelt yanked me on my neck, and that's been agitating my hand and my arm. That my hands are going numb again, which sucks.
That happens to you too?
Yeah, like I have been having a hard time with working and writing and updating because I can't feel my hands. So now I'm back in physical therapy again, and I'm flabbergasted that the law is such that somebody can hit you, and then you're responsible for the deductible. And even though you're not at fault, which I was found not at fault, and I have an excellent driver record it even says it on my license, that I'm the one that's having the car totaled. It's an old Camry that my mom left me when she died. It'll run forever, and they're just like totaling it out even though it still runs. So it's like, really, airbags didn't go off, nothing. So
people are asking people are
frustrated.
asking if you heard about Jay Briscoe.
I did, actually, and I am, if you guys don't know the whole story with that, so Jay it wasn't his fault. He was hit by a car. He was hit by another driver who drifted into his lane, and they were both killed. So she, for whatever reason, was in his lane and hit him head on, I guess. And then I guess it was his 2 children.
Yeah.
Are also in critical condition.
One of them, I think the girl. Well, the 2 girls, right?
Yeah, I think they were both taken in critical condition. So I think he's 38 years old, So I don't know the whole story with his family and everything, but it's a real shame. And he's from where my mom was from. So when I worked down there, we always worked together. I knew him. I didn't know him very well, but I knew him in passing. And those guys, the Briscoe brothers were always like, super cool people, very, very polite, they're
very well known for being very
respectful.
Liked.
Yeah. I mean, before they got popular, they were always very, very good people.
Cool people, yeah.
And he was always, this is a shame, and I feel for his brother. We did
a whole, my God, 2.5 hours. We kicked off the show this morning on Hami Media Group. If you want to check that out, go to channelattitude.com. You can check that out there. But we basically paid tribute to the brother for about a half an hour before we even started the show.
Good.
And we talked about, and the main thing I said to everybody is that, you know what, at this point in juncture, Jay is in a better place, and this is what I believe. I genuinely believe that Jay was a good dude, and he really loved his kids. And there's a video that I kept watching over and over again with him, working with his little girl on dancing on TikTok, and it's so freaking cute, and you can see the love. Usually the big tough guys are very soft inside. I'm gonna give you a heads up.
Yeah, the more tattoos, the more piercings, the crazier they look. It's almost like an outer armor.
Absolutely.
The softer they are, the more likely they are to give you the shirt off the back. And the guys who look really nice are the ones that are dickheads.
Right, exactly.
the ones that seem like they're all like,
Right, like perfect example, Colin, total dickhead. He looks all handsome and shit. He's not.
Hi, Colin. Hi, Eric.
But real quick, I just wanted to tell you guys, in a situation like that, we really got to focus in on on his family, the girls, you know, his brother Mark. I mean, it has to affect Mark more than we could ever imagine. So let's just, if you believe in prayer, give him prayers. If you believe in positive energy, you know, shoot that positive energy. And I would ask everybody, like I asked this morning, go on your Twitter and just send a positive message to Mark and his family and everybody that's supporting this situation. So yeah, man, I was very sad to hear that news, unfortunately.
Big Wig, I'm not talking about like in real life. I'm talking about like in entertainment.
What are you talking about?
I said, yeah, I generalized. I said total dickhead.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah,
I'm talking about an entertainment for the most part. Like heels play faces. Sorry, people who play heels tend to be faces in real life. People who play faces tend to be heels in real life.
I think Ben is probably one of the best examples of that.
Yeah.
I don't want to bury the guy, but I think he's one of the best human beings.
Don't destroy his legacy, but yeah,
whatever.
he's a good guy.
He still kills people for oil money. So anywho,
$5 face slap for $10.
That's just amazing. Inflation, man. It's Biden's fault. Listen, do not let me get off the air without us talking about that Velma cartoon, but we'll do that down the road.
Okay.
In the show, because that was the shit.
Okay, we will definitely hit on that.
Not happy about this.
I just want to say before we start, and I love you guys too. I wanted to start. This is something that a lot of people don't realize, and it's just a thought. Speaking of all of this, and I will say with Jay, he lived hard and died fast. And we will always remember him as being young, athletic, and beautiful.
Right.
So there's that. And along this of positive thoughts and thinking about how you're living, and that's one thing that I think the last couple of years has really made all of us think about, is value the people around us and think about how we are living. So something I wanted to reiterate, because we try and do this every week, right?
Mm-hmm.
So our past does not dictate or decide our future. Every moment is a chance to start over, whether that is your diet or how you're living or anything. Every single moment. It doesn't have to be Monday. It doesn't have to be after a holiday. You can say, you know what? 5 minutes from now, this is when I'm going to start working out. 5 minutes from now, this is when I'm going to start being honest with myself. 5 minutes from now, this is when I'm going to start setting boundaries with my significant other or my family. Just because you have been allowing things to happen before, or treated people the way you have before, or allowed them to be treating you a certain way, doesn't mean that is your future.
Mm-hmm.
So something a lot of people don't understand is that feeling shame, which we all do and have, feeling shame is being past obsessed. So it's dwelling on the past. So how you can overcome that is to become future obsessed. So focus on what can be built this week. So if you are somebody who deals with a lot of shame, here's your homework assignment. So this week you should work on a new hobby, contact a new friend, or make a new friendship, because friendships are like anything else. You kind of have to nurture them. Even if you don't feel like meeting them for lunch or hanging out with them, sometimes you just have to do that. Even just pick up the phone and call somebody instead of texting them. Focus on developing a new skill. Think back what you used to love to do when you were a kid. Make a little list. What did I love to do before like life got in the way, before paying bills got in the way? Make a little list of your things. Pick a couple of things there. Maybe do those things again. And focus on how that feels. So build a friendship, a hobby, a skill. Focus on your future. And that way you don't focus on your past and focus on any shame. So that's just thought of the week here.
Can I chime in?
Yes, please do.
So funny that you mentioned that, because I was just flicking through what is it, Instagram, the stories that pop up, little short videos and stuff. And there was a video of this 97-year-old woman, right? She's just eating a bowl of ice cream, and her granddaughter's like, why, like, how did you live so long? And she goes, I don't know. And she's eating the ice cream, she's smiling. And then she goes, no, but seriously, like, what's the secret? And she goes, well, I don't know. I pray a lot. I eat whatever I want, but she goes, then she paused and she goes, you know what? She goes, I'm grateful. And the granddaughter's like, what do you mean you're grateful? What do you, she goes, I'm grateful at the end of every day for every day.
Mm-hmm.
So that positive energy, that love that she's emanating out to the universe and out to the world
Mm-hmm.
is coming right back to her. She looks fantastic, by the way, for 97. I was trying to find the video. I can't find it, but hopefully I did it justice. And be grateful, guys. You know, right now we're here. You know, we are here. We're interacting. We're laughing. We're loving. Some of us are crying and some of us are not very happy, but we're here, right?
Well, I think everybody's going through a little bit of a tough time. We're all going through frustrations. We all go through anger. We're all going through it. We're all going through the fact, especially this group of people. And hello, buddy. We're all going. This group of people is honestly, I feel like our God only knows. A lot of people in this particular group here in our chat, I'm partial, but I think you guys are more intelligent than the average person. You know, people here tend to be moderates. You're not one side of the political spectrum or another. You see the bigger picture, you're big picture thinking people. So when you see things for what they are, instead of what you're told they are or what you wish they are, it can be frustrating. You see the world is upside down, and they're telling you that what's up is down and what's down is up. So that can be sad and frustrating, and it's hard to overcome that. So focusing on like 3 things a day that you are happy for or grateful for does help, even if it's something small, even if it's your bowl of ice cream.
She was really loving that ice cream.
What's not to love?
She's so cute.
Yeah. So, and like I said with diet, there's nothing that you can't eat, even in a fit and healthy lifestyle. You just eat less of it, eat it in moderation. As long as you're doing well 80% of the time, you can do what you want 20% of the time. So
it's a good word of advice. Nice way to kick off the show.
Yeah. So speaking of eating, there's something that I don't know if a lot of people know, but they should be aware of. And we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on this, hopefully, but and this is coming directly from the NIH. They are now approving or have approved that mRNA, which is the shot that may or may not be linked to all the people dying suddenly. So if you do a search online on anywhere and search died suddenly, and there's a documentary about it too, you're going to see an extraordinary amount of things like that. And Wolf, what's up? How you doing? So this has come about since 2021. So, and these are new shots, and the same COVID shots are now being approved or have been approved for cattle. So they want to use these for our food supply, or they have started using them for our food supply. They're claiming that it will help bovine respiratory issues. And I'm sure that this might also help. They're going to probably move it on to use it for pigs as well. Somebody got fired for exposing that when they're doing pig feed, they take all the extra food, and they throw it in to mix it up with the feed, plastic wrappers and all. So they throw all the plastic in there.
In the food? What?
In the processing plants for the pigs, when they're making the food, they're taking all the extra food, the meat, the everything that's already wrapped up in plastic. They throw it all in there. So what's happening is the pigs are eating the plastic because they'll eat anything, which means we're eating the plastic.
Jesus Christ.
It's in their food and it's in them, and now we're eating it. So I'm a big fan of being paleo, but that is almost enough to make you go vegetarian, because it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but what the fuck are they even putting on the vegetables now? Like, who knows,
I don't know. But here's something where it even gets even more frustrating, that they might be giving this dangerous shot that may be deadly to people now to our food supply. And additionally, I've heard even rumors that they might be trying to vaccinate the bees the same way. And to vaccinate the bees, it's like,
they're giving bees COVID shots?
No, they're talking about doing an mRNA vaccination for the bees as well. So again, that's a rumor. That's a conspiracy
Man.
theory. The cattle one is not a conspiracy theory. That's coming from NIH, which also coming from NIH is now they want to use it on the pets. It's being approved for rabies shots and your pets. So this is something to be aware of as well. So a lot of people are not aware of what's actually going on. So when your vet wants to give your dog or cat all these inoculations, you should know what is in them. You should ask about it. You should ask if your dog or cat needs them if you're not okay with this. So knowledge is power. So just be aware, okay?
I wonder how that affects us over long periods of time. I mean, our bodies aren't created. They're not made to process plastic. They're not made to process. That's why when you chew gum and you swallow it in class, it stays in your system. Isn't that true? Is that still true?
I don't know if it's true, but I know I swallowed a lot of gum.
Yo, I got. Did you ever get in trouble? You know what I swallowed one time? Wait, all right, don't be nasty.
Colin, what did he swallow one time?
No, I'm waiting for Colin. And I don't have beef with Colin. It's like a brotherly, whatever. Colin sucks.
Yeah, Colin's saying the birds have been seen eating plastic and other stuff, and because that's all there is in cities.
So I was in the back of, we were taking summer school classes because in middle school I was a piece of shit. I'm telling you right now, I was a piece of shit. I was a bad kid.
Sounds like we're going into the shame thing.
Well, I was, but I
but
was
you're
such
doing fine now.
Well, I had a joint.
Okay. By the way, to interject for a second,
Mm-hmm.
kids who act out in school,
Mm-hmm.
the majority of them tend to be leaders and entrepreneurs later on because
Oh,
they're not following the rules and they think freely. Go on. Anyway.
well, I was smoking a joint in the back of the class before the teacher came in, and it wasn't the teacher, the fucking the principal walks in. So I went to do like a cool thing, like hide it on my tongue, and I swallowed.
Oh, like they do in this. Oh,
Nope. Nope. And my boys were crying. I got so freaking sick. I threw up. And I was so high.
I'll bet.
Jesus,
You're doing edibles before anybody was doing edibles,
dude. It felt like a freaking razor blade going right down my throat. It was the worst, man.
You were eating fire.
Yeah, basically. Better than Colin eating sausages at a truck stop. But anywho, speaking of sausages.
Winona says she hardly ever spits out her gum. She always swallows.
Oh, God.
Winona.
God bless you. ... Hashtag giver. Speaking of sausages, you've seen, I mean, you've heard the story of that young lady, the cop, right? Remember the one that kept sending you the memes that basically like 5 cops like were plowing her out and she's married on the job in cop cars. Do you know about this?
No, did I miss that?
Shut the front door. All right.
Okay, tell me. Tell us.
I'm going to actually pull this up. So long story short, it's like a 2-minute clip on YouTube, and I'm sure the chat knows about this. But
someone going, it's like 8 cops.
Yeah, it was awesome. All right, so I'm gonna type in
excuse me.
Let me see, police officer, which I ran to, slept with half of the department. It's already here.
Really?
Yeah, man. All right, so I'm gonna actually put it's like a minute
or
long.
Maybe it should be half the department slept with 1 police officer.
Well, let me just share this real quick with you here. I'm gonna pop up the screen. I didn't believe you didn't hear this.
I don't pay attention to gossip or politics.
This ain't gossip, kiddo. This is that sausage meme that people see with the girl with the. Anyway, you know what? Let's play this one.
Is it that blonde?
Of course. We got a little.
Do you think her self-esteem is higher now?
Well, check it out. Here we go.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me just.
I have a theory that women that sleep around a lot just have low self-esteem, and that's why they do it. Kind of just like that's why.
Okay. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
A shocking 20-page report has been completed into sexual relationships at the Laverne Police Department. Some happening while officers were on duty and at work.
Doing something while you're at work, I mean, for everybody else who goes to work, we're held to that same standard.
Jerry Howell says he was in disbelief when first reading the report and wants changes from city leaders. The investigation says Mayor Jason Cole got the first tip about the relationships.
It's just bad. It's like a stain, I guess.
We requested an interview with
Like
Mayor
stain.
Cole, but was told he was
Stain.
not willing to talk on camera. Instead, he released a statement saying in part, We will be retraining all of our employees in the rules, regulations,
Oh,
and
I did hear about this.
expectations set forth by city leadership.
Time out. We're retraining what? Not to put your cock in somebody's mouth?
I know. I have sex at work. I work at home alone,
Well,
but
at least you get to do that.
Be a wake-up call for Laverne, but also a wake-up call for our police department to take care of themselves.
Keith Bice says he would like to see the community step up and help oversee the police department.
Just a couple of
All right, forget about this. So long story short. This
wait, are they going to show anything juicy?
Well, you want to see something juicy? Hold
Yeah.
on. Let's see.
Let's see.
All right,
Let's see her.
Shocked and disappointed. That's the word from one city leader as several Laverne police officers are off the job, all linked to a sexual misconduct
Look at
scandal.
all those cops.
Good evening. I'm Vicki Yates.
And I'm Rory Johnston. Yeah, tonight News Channel 5's Nick Barris shares the very latest developments as this investigation continues.
This is great.
Several Laverne police officers here are caught up in something of a scandal. Everything from inappropriate sexual conduct, sexual harassment, lying, and word is, that's not the end of it.
Shocked and overall disappointed with our police department and what's happened.
Newly elected Alderman Kara Hobbs.
Wait, there was one
says
woman
since
in that group too.
No,
Did you notice that?
they all pounded the one woman.
Oh, okay. So I thought the one woman off the side was one of the ones that pounded the other one. You know, like there's just an equal opportunity.
So you seen
pounding.
You seen yes, you seen all those dudes?
Yeah.
They were all banging that one woman cop.
Oh,
she's
not
married.
particular.
And she's married. She's
Really?
and she's married to a cop who has decided. We're going to talk about this. Who has decided to stand by his wife.
Well, do you think maybe? Okay, so wait. I gotta say.
Mhm.
Do you think maybe he was into it? Like, okay, do you think maybe he was into the humiliation? Like, oh, everybody at work.
That's a really good question.
That's the only thing I can think of. Like, some guys are really into that weird shit where I'm not going to judge. Sorry, not weird shit. Some guys are really into the humiliation and the whole cock holding thing.
Right.
And maybe he was into it to the level of knowing that everybody at all his coworkers banged his wife, but she's still coming home with him.
Not a problem, right? Unless, not a problem. But you know what? Check it out.
Story broke on Friday. She's been flooded with constituent calls.
It's been really frustrating from a leadership standpoint to have citizens' questions and concerns regarding this, and I'm learning the details right along.
Imagine starting a job, April, like her.
And that's your. Oh, I can only go up from there.
Oh, well, that's what she said.
Along with the general public.
Here is what we know. An internal investigative report documents explicit and graphic detail of officers involved in sexual misconduct, some of it happening while on duty and on city property.
Okay, so there's the problem. Okay, if it had not, if it hadn't happened while at work, there really wouldn't be too much of a thing, like. You go home. I mean, I'm sure like everybody's been in that situation. They banged a coworker, right?
Oh,
sometimes even like you've two people from the same office have banged the same person, right?
Sure.
It's just it is. Everybody's human. It is. I mean, we've lost track of how many wrestlers have banged how many other.
Forget about it.
Across so it is what it is. So, but as long as they're not banging them like in the ring, between the. If they could get away with it, they would.
I've seen that movie on Pornhub. Stand by.
I've been fired. Patrol Officer Megan Hall, Patrol Officer Juan Lugo Perez, Sergeant Lewis Powell, Detective Seneca Shields, and Sergeant Henry Ty McGowan. 3 others have been suspended. K-9 Officer Larry Holliday, Patrol Officer Patrick Magliocco.
The dog was watching.
And Patrol Officer Gavin Schoberl. Hobbs says detail.
All right.
Here's what I have to say about this. Okay, here's the silver lining.
Go ahead.
She's not a fucking racist.
Well, speaking of racism, this is why this
in this day and age, she's not a racist.
Speaking of racism, and this is why I wanted to pull this one up. So you've also seen the Dr. Martin Luther King statue, right? Do you know what's going on?
No, I do not.
Oh my God, this is amazing. It's like telling April all this cool stuff that's going on.
I've been busy this week. They totaled my car.
No, I got it.
Okay,
I got it.
Go on.
Okay, so in Boston, right? Over there in Boston, they built this statue, Okay, in Boston, you know, you drive your car down to the park and you can look at the statue.
If you can find your car keys.
If you can find your car keys, and it's wicked hard to find the car keys if they're small. So listen,
car keys.
So they hired this this young black gentleman to create this art based around the hug, okay, that Dr. King's wife gave him when he was when they found out that he won the Nobel Prize.
Okay.
Are you familiar with this picture?
I am not.
Okay, fair enough. I'll pull it up in a minute.
Okay.
But my friend, this is what this guy created, and
Wait, is that the one with the penis?
Yes.
Oh my God.
So I'm gonna pull this up here.
That's
so
the big black dick penis, right?
Well,
the big black dick statue.
Let's take a look.
Okay.
Let's see what this thing looks like. It could be several things, guys. So I'm just gonna pull this. It usually takes me a second to get these.
Okay, are we doing like a Rorschach right now?
All right. So this is it. This is the embrace. It's called.
Oh, y'all are so perverted. All I see is a hug.
Hold on. What about here? Oh wait. What about here? This one. I can't pull this one up. There it is.
Just a hug.
Do you really just see a hug there? I want to pull this. This made me cry. This is my favorite one.
Oh God.
I mean, if you look at this freaking thing, it looks like a giant black hog. It's a big gimmick. This person tweets, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Coretta Scott King have been honored in Boston with a statue representing a photo representing the embrace.
Sorry.
So I don't know if you could see this. I don't know.
Oh man.
That was hold on.
You just thank you. I needed that today.
No doubt. And it says here that the artist somehow managed to make this look
Go on.
from alternate angles. A dude eating a pussy, hand struggling to hoist an enormous dong.
Maybe it was intentional.
This is like this one. When my wife saw this one down here, she's like, it looks like, you know, you holding my legs open. Like this one right here. Look.
Let me see.
I don't know if I can't make this any bigger. That's what she said. Hold on. No, I can't make it any bigger. But like if you see these, like this one right here, let's see if I can make this one. Boom. Don't look like somebody getting eaten out.
It does.
So
wait, so
here is the question. Look at this. This is like somebody holding a colon.
Oh my God.
So this is what I wanted to talk to you about. Now let me show you the real picture. This is what it's supposed to be. You get it?
Yeah.
Okay.
There should have been clothes, maybe like put some clothes on there.
And that's the angle from behind a fence.
Oh, wow.
So here's the thing. This is my problem. Have you guys noticed? Let me just stop this screen share. Have you noticed, April, that art has really sucked over the last few years?
Oh, it depends on who you're looking at, you know, who's doing it.
Well, most of the traditional art, you know, the beauty in art. I feel like this right here, this thing that this person created, the reason why it's getting so much backlash because a lot of people believe that this person wanted to really do anti-art.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they wanted to do something so fucking crazy. You know, like it's kind of like, all right, they're giving me $10 million to make this bronze 10 million, by the way, fact, $10 million to make this bronze statue. Let me see if I can make the most egregious, ridiculous looking thing, and they still put it over. And that's what we do
these days. We put things over that we know are wrong. That's our thing, right? We love to do that.
It's just, my God.
Ray, your hair looks great today.
Who's my hair? Thank you.
Your hair, yeah.
Thank you.
You're having a great hair day.
I am. I shaved my head the other day. I have to shave it like 2 or 3 times a week. It's very frustrating. Oh my God.
I did too. This is just an app.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna pull one last one up. If you guys aren't watching live, then you're missing some shit. But this is well, you tell me what you see here, April.
Pollock has to be better than this. Someone said, do you think art's so subjective? And that is true. Wait, what?
It's like a chick with her legs pinned behind her.
No, that's some art right there.
You can't see that. So yeah, man.
And Chuck, who's from Boston, says they held a contest, and this is the artist who was selected and won.
Bullshit.
So imagine the other 300 artists who didn't make it.
See, I bet you the other stuff was awesome, and they just put this
what the living hell.
Oh my god, I can't believe you didn't hear about this, April.
I saw it in passing. So
that fucking meme is so funny.
Oh man,
what's more over, the story about the cop getting plowed, or this penis statue?
I don't know, but it's nice to see some funny shit in the news.
Isn't it nice?
I'm so tired of the political stuff. Thank you.
I was gonna play this story, but I might as well just tell you. There's a story that I saw the other day of this dude. Right? Check this out.
Sorry, I'm not completely.
It's all good. You look
there
wonderful.
Yet, as far as being sick.
Check this out. They broke up. Him and his girlfriend broke up, right? So he goes around the town posting, the flyers that used to have the numbers that you used to rip at the bottom.
Yeah.
And it says Chewbacca roar contest. Call this number and do Chewbacca roars. So she was flooded. Her house phone, her fucking cell phone with, and she had to call the police. How creative is that?
That's great.
Isn't that a great way to break?
That's creative.
Oh my! If I could find the story, but you got to see this woman.
And you know what? She's probably a Trekkie. Like they used to fight over what was better, Star Wars or Star Trek. And she's probably like, I hate Chewbacca. He gets on my nerves with that stupid roar.
That roar is Chewbacca's fucking awesome.
I know, but I mean that's probably the thing. That was probably the thing. And he was like, I'm just not into Star Trek. And she's just like, Star Wars, no, that Chewbacca's annoying. So that's probably why he did it.
I actually have the story here, and it's only a minute and 30 seconds. You want to hear it?
Sure, why not?
All right, fuck it, man. Let's do some feel good shit.
Oh, Bigwig says that was on Lucifer. Is that where you got the idea from?
Oh, the TV show?
The devil came up with it.
I love that TV show. All right, so
I love the guy who plays Lucifer.
Yeah, he's
Did
awesome.
I say that out loud?
Hold on, I got to turn off this stupid gimmick. I had the ad blocker on, but it was becoming a pain in the ass. So, all right, hold on, here we go.
Saw coming the tale.
Let me rewind it.
Star Wars sequel we never saw coming. The tale of a Queensland woman, a bitter breakup, and at the centre of their galactic split, a Wookiee named Chewbacca.
You gotta love the Australians. We would never do it this way.
Kane's mum, Jessica, dumping her cheating boyfriend. As payback, he's plastered her phone number around town, advertising a Chewbacca roaring competition, promising a $100 prize for the best one.
Oh
Well, I'm getting phone calls at really strange hours of the night, about 1 o'clock till 4 o'clock. Hey, I thought it was quite funny, actually. Thought it was a good joke.
I'm sorry. Does she not look just a little like Chewbacca?
Oh, I don't see the resemblance.
Watch the mouth.
I think she's handling it very well.
Oh, hold on.
A good sport, Jessica is.
Just pull it down, please, and have a laugh for me. And if you want to make
gotta
a phone
love
call,
the
go for it. I
Australian
don't
and the
mind.
English.
Bring it on.
But here's the dark side. Jessica says
He is the dark side.
even dumped his car, tyres removed, in the driveway, blocking her in. Luckily, the force is strong in the far north.
The police got in contact with me, and finally they're going to do something about it.
And there's a new hope.
I would take that car away piece by piece physically.
Yeah, well.
Adam Hegarty, 9 News.
I'd be out there with a hacksaw and a chisel, disassembling that fucking car every chance I got. I'd be taking piece by piece away, throwing it into the dumpster.
Some people are such dickheads, though.
Yeah, I would be like, "Oh, you want your car back?
What's the worst?
That dumpster over there. Hopefully, you catch it before they empty it."
What's a really stupid way an ex-boyfriend try to get back at you? Not bad. Don't get into any deep dark shit. Like a fun, you had to just sit back and be like, "What a dick." Don't. This is not Chewbacca contest. I don't want to see you doing that. I can't do it.
Okay, so mostly I now as an adult get along with my exes because I don't see the point in
word
dumping the entire relationship when you've gotten along with somebody and they know what movies and music you like, so they can like text you and be like, hey, you should check out this TV show. But I did have a psycho crazy ex who was he was crazy.
Okay.
So
We all have one.
he wanted the house.
Mm-mm.
He wanted the house. I told him I didn't think things were working out. And he said he was going to go stay with his friends until we could figure things out.
Okay.
So he didn't go stay with his friends. He went to the courthouse.
What a dick.
And he told them that I physically assaulted him and that he feared for his life.
Well, that's not funny.
Oh, no, it's not funny at all.
Oh.
And then next thing I know, the police are on my front door with a restraining order telling me I have 20 minutes to pack my shit and get out of my house.
Bro, I said funny.
Huh? No, I don't have funny. I have tragic.
Oh my
God. I got
God.
thrown out of my house while I was in school. I lost work. I lost my animals, everything. So yeah.
Bro.
Oh yeah. So
that's terrible.
and he still kept coming after me for the house. Once we went to court, the court threw everything. The judge threw it out in like 5 minutes. The guy's like, weren't you military? And he's like, yeah. He's looking at the size difference and everything. He's like, bro, like, get over yourself. Go back to the house. Figure it out.
Bullshit.
So, yeah. My friends who have lived through this with me and the people who've lived through it, they're commenting. They're like, I wish him nothing but harm in his life.
So
I wish him, honestly, I hope he loses where he is and falls down a flight of stairs, hits the bottom, and then falls down another 2 flights of stairs, and then his asshole falls off.
But you never told me you dated Colin.
Yeah. So what's funny, here's the funny part. Not funny, but funny, ironic, is that 5 other women contacted me after I wrote a blog about it.
Oh shit. This is
and
great.
Told me he did the same thing to them. So apparently one of them had made him go to a psychiatrist, and he was diagnosed as a legit narcissistic personality disorder. Yeah. So that was not fun.
So that wasn't Chewbacca. That wasn't a Chewbacca.
No, I didn't know. I didn't know that this type of person existed and what that was. So I get frustrated when people use the word narcissistic or somebody's a narcissist and they just use it now like they use racist, because narcissists are actually super dangerous people, just like racists are. But we've watered that term down so much that it doesn't really mean as much. Yeah, Wolf goes small dick energy. Exactly. Yeah. So, but I've been very fortunate to get along with pretty much every other ex. So, I've been lucky. I've never been that person to like key a car or anything like that. I can't be bothered.
I can honestly say, man, some of my relationships didn't end friendly, but I've never had anybody come back and do some bullshit. Like that is insanity. Holy fuck.
That's the thing. When somebody is insane, they can rationalize anything.
God, I'm hoping oh my God, I hope he gets AIDS just in his feet.
I can see where it could spread up a little bit further, but hey,
it just stays in his feet. He's fucking sore, crippled feet for the rest of his life. God damn.
Well, he is not a nice person. And when I did the work and I went through the therapy and I went back and replayed everything, I realized that ultimately it was my fault because I saw some of the warning flags.
Oh, okay.
And I wanted what I wanted at the time, and I wasn't ready to be in a relationship, but I pushed ahead and overthought it anyway instead of following my gut. And it's my own fault for not listening to my intuition and for overthinking and all of that. So it was a very expensive learning situation, but I did learn from it.
Did you have that 1 or 2 friends that were very close that said this to you?
Not the kind of person to say I told her so, but you know what? I told her so. I told her so.
No, nobody was mean enough to do that when I was already beating myself up, but like, I should have known better. So yeah, they were actually not that bad. So
I wonder what that cop is going through right now. You know,
What's
Ben.
funny is I was married before,
Mhm.
and I was married when I was very, very young, early 20s, and then I was married for like 9 years to a Canadian wrestler. Both my ex-husbands stepped in with this to help me. So with all of it. So my ex-husband was leaving to go back to Canada to see his family. So of course I'm homeless for 30 days.
Oh no.
So he's one of the people that let me stay at his place while he was gone. And yeah, they both were just like, oh my God, are you serious? What'd you get into now? It's like,
You want to hear something crazy? So me and my ex-wife, so I was married as well. That's Aiden's mom, my son's mom, Jennifer, and my wife now is not Aiden's mom, but she's been in his life since he was like fucking 5. So he's gonna be 15 now. Something I never told you, I never shared with you, and I will show you off air. When I first saw you doing the show with Colin, this is just funny. This is just fun. And don't get creeped out by this, all right, kid?
I can't promise that won't happen.
Okay. You are the spitting image of my fucking ex-wife, Aiden's mom.
Okay.
So
I look like a lot of people though.
No, dude, you don't understand. So when I saw you with Colin the first time, I thought you were my ex-wife.
Okay.
And I was like, why is my ex-wife doing a podcast with Colin? That doesn't fucking fuck you up. It fucked me up.
Why would it? I don't have anything to do with that.
Whatever. I was bugging out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like I'm doing a podcast with my ex-wife. But
She have red hair or dark hair?
She's red. Well, her real hair is like what you have, but a little darker.
Mm-hmm.
Same shit. You're nicer than her though. I like you way better. But we get along real good. The point I'm trying to make is that, you know, even me and my ex-wife, we had like kind of that was a rough breakup. You know what I'm saying?
All breakups can be rough.
This is a marriage, dude. And it took time. Like I would say around the time I started, just before around a year into my relationship with Jennifer, and her and I have been together for about 10 years now. That's when we started becoming cool. And it took time. It took a lot of patience on my part. It took a lot of patience on her part too, because I'm not fucking easy all the time. I'm a pain in the ass. I can admit that. I can be a pain in the dick. Not even in the ass, the dick. And you know, I give credit to us. We co-parent well. You know, we're very friendly. And the funny thing is that I think my ex-wife likes my wife more than she likes me.
Yeah, it's not. I've heard this before from people.
You know, and my son loves both. Like he tells Jen, "I love you" all the time. I mean, you know, she's been in his life for you know, since he was a toddler, basically. So
yeah, I mean, I like my ex's girlfriend. I think she's really good for him. Like I remember he was telling me, he's like, I don't know, we're having some issues. She's not tolerating my shit. I'm like, well, get your fucking shit together because you're not gonna find better than that. So
that's funny because my ex-wife, when me and Jen were going through our shit, because we had split up for some time, my ex-wife straight up, she goes, Raymond, she called me my whole name, by the way. That is my name. She goes, Raymond, let me tell you, Jennifer is great. And she said exactly the same thing you said. She goes, you should get your shit together and figure it out. And we did. Thank God.
It's, you know, when somebody knows you so well and knows what you're really capable of and how you are to live with on every aspect, sometimes that is the most valuable person to give you real advice. And that's why I think I've opted to stay friends with my exes. That I have no family. All my family's gone. So these people were my family. They were going to be my family. Their family was my family. So why would I ditch that when they are the people who can keep me in line? You know, if I say something like, am I out of line here? Am I being ridiculous? They might be like, yeah, you're being a little ridiculous.
Or random.
You know, or no, you're not being ridiculous. You know, this is normal. So you need that reality check sometimes. And, you know, when people know you so well, they've seen you on your best and your very worst behavior. You know, it's helpful if you're willing to take it.
Sometimes you need to be, you know, and I'm not going to say this, I think most of the time you need to just open your heart and open your mind. You know, sometimes we get angry and annoyed at people, and And we tend to close ourselves off. Like, this is one of the biggest problems me and Jen had in the beginning of our relationship. She went through some shit with her exes. So you don't know. I had to chip away. Picture chipping away at the Great Wall of China with a metal spoon. But it was worth it. And she's my best friend. I love my wife. And I have no problem saying it. I love that woman. That's my girl. That's my home girl too.
Good.
And it's good. You know, it takes work though, man. Everything takes work. You wanted to talk about, speaking of work, how does this work with the whole windmills and whales thing? That kind of threw me for a loop.
Yeah. So allegedly, I was reading, and they're like saying that, these windmill farms, obviously they're saying they've been killing birds, which, I mean, you can see that, right? But
sure.
Excuse me. Again, I apologize for that. I'm not quite there yet after my whatever.
You still have that cough?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Huh.
So and then they're saying that, windmills all these whales keep washing up dead. And I'm like, okay, so they're saying windmills are killing whales. I'm like, okay, that doesn't make sense. That sounds like a big old conspiracy theory.
It
What's that?
Because windmills on the ground and whales in the water. How's that work?
So I started digging into that. Well, the possible and maybe plausible theory is this, that the windmills are disrupting the growth of plankton, which is
like from SpongeBob?
Plankton?
Yeah, he's small.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. That's what whales eat. That's whale food.
You don't watch SpongeBob.
No.
Oh fuck! I had a kid, so unfortunately for me, I had to watch episode after episode of this.
I was on tour. I've been on tour since I was 19. I didn't get to watch a lot of TV.
No, I feel you. I could do a mean SpongeBob, by the way.
Okay, I believe you.
Are you waiting for it?
I don't know. Are people waiting for it?
I'm ready. Huh?
Okay.
Rate it, guys. Rate it.
There you go.
Come on. No?
So the windmills allegedly are disturbing the plankton growth, which is what the whales are eating.
Oh.
So if the whales can't find the food, we have corgos. Biddies for titties. Thank you. And you got an 8 out of 10.
Boobies.
Nice. Hold on.
And she showed me her boobies, and I like them too.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
All right.
So,
boobies.
Go ahead.
So if the whales have to go further and further for food, they're getting more and more exhausted and tired, and there's less food around. They're also saying that the windmills are putting off a lot of noise and electromagnetic fields, which is what they're supposed to do. It's supposed to be magnetic. Now, again, this is I guess it's possible. I remember being on a boat, and there was a big boat next to me, and it was running by wind. So it had a big wind system on it. I remember that fucker was so loud. I'd never seen a wind-powered system before on a boat. And when it stopped, it was like, it was quiet. And then it would pick back up again. It was like, you had to raise your voice to talk over it. So I didn't realize just how loud something like that could be. So I could see where it would disturb marine life or any animal life around it. And I'm all for clean energy. Like, I think, wind, solar, this is a great idea. But I guess maybe we're not thinking out like a bigger picture, or maybe we need to rethink locations, or I don't know if this is indeed the situation. We can't, every single living thing plays into our ecosystem. So there's that to think about.
It's crazy, real quick, April. It's so crazy. People don't understand how everything is so copacetic. Like everything, really.
There's a reason for it all.
Absolutely. Like, I hate bees. I wish bees would disappear from Earth. But if they did,
you hate wasps. They're just assholes.
Right. Wasps are assholes. Rats, do they have any value on this earth?
I believe they do.
They eat bugs.
Yeah.
Don't they eat bugs?
I believe so. And they're also food for a lot of the coyotes, bobcats. If the coyotes and bobcats and raccoons and owls aren't getting fed there, they're going to come after your little toy chihuahuas and your cats.
True.
So there's only enough rabbits to feed, you can only do rabbits so yeah, they need the vermin.
And I wonder what whales are important for.
Well, they eat plankton. So probably that. I'm not really 100% sure. So I'm not going to guess at it because I could be wrong.
Sure.
I'm not the government, so I'm not going to tell you something that is not true and then pretend that that's the facts.
I've never read Moby Dick in my life.
I started reading it with Captain Ahab. I think I read it when I was younger, but I can't remember the whole thing.
I saw Free Willy. Is that good enough?
It could be.
Okay.
Oh, and speaking of the government, I thought this was an interesting story you guys might like too. Steve Kirsch, if I'm saying that right, Kirsch put out a letter, and I thought this was really interesting. A lot of people are calling for an end to the misinformation and the disinformation, particularly people on the side of, I don't want to say conspiracy theorists, I want to say truth seekers.
Okay.
Because they're the ones that have been accused the hardest of putting out the disinformation. So at this point, there's no reason why that even needs to exist anymore. So the CDC could effectively, and the U.S. government or any foreign government could instantly end the safety debate at this point by doing some studies. And why aren't they? So do they have something to hide? So here is what they need to do. They need to trial study 1. They need to run a double-blind randomized trial where they look at the parameters similar to the Thailand study, plus a D-dimer before the shot, 3, 7, and 14 days after the shot. Don't limit it just to kids. And a 30% rate of cardiac injury in the Thailand study wasn't predicted by anyone in mainstream science. This is Steve Kirsch's newsletter.
Just gonna put this out there, April. We got some biddies for titties there.
Boobies.
Oh, biddies for titties. Hey. Hey.
And she showed me the boobies, and I like them too.
So he goes on to say that he'd have thought that the U.S. government would want to see if it's even worse for the elderly and younger kids, but maybe nobody wants to know because they all seem afraid to want to look. And study number 2, just do the autopsies on anyone who died 2 weeks and 4 weeks after their shot, and actually do the correct histopathology and the stains that can implicate the vaccine instead of skipping those tests. Right. So autopsies using standard tests, which is what we are doing now, will never implicate the vaccine because they were never designed to find COVID vaccine damage. So why is this such a problem to do? And I think that's fair. I think we have enough information now that both sides should be doing these trials. They should come to the table. They should have their debates. Let's end all this misinformation, disinformation, whatever they call it, once and for all. I think we should demand to know. We should demand that. It's our right.
Well, speaking of the COVID thing, and this is along the lines of, shit that I wish we would have known earlier. Did you hear about so there's this new strand of COVID-19, right? What's the latest one? Omicron, right?
I don't know.
Well, Omicron's supposed to be the weaker one. I think it's called Omicron XBB. And there's
a rumor that they released a second version to try and, is that what you're going to say?
No, I was going to say that apparently this version of
I was going to say there's a rumor they released the Omicron version to try and make people immune.
Right. That is a rumor, but there's a new thing that's coming out stating that this version of the Omicron, you guys can look it up yourselves. Never ever take just our word for it. But
always do your own digging. We just give you some information to go ahead and give you food for thought. Don't take our word as gospel. And as always, we maintain that we could be wrong. So go.
I'll read this here. This is off of the New York Post. Okay. It says Omicron subvariant XBB.1.5 possibly. Check this out. This is a kick in the balls. Possibly more likely to affect vaccinated officials.
Oh, I did see that.
So you did see that. I'll just read this really quickly. It says New York City health officials are warning residents that the infectious Omicron subvariant, I'm not going to read the whole thing, may be more likely to infect people who have already been vaccinated or infected with COVID-19. Well, ain't that some shit?
That's some irony. I don't even know what to
this. What runs through your mind when you hear a story like this?
Hi, Chowney man. What's up, Buckshot Kid? What runs through my mind is that the shot was an epic failure on
Oh, hold
every
on.
possible aspect.
Buckshot
Go
Kid
ahead, go ahead,
says,
go. Earn us some money. Earn us some money. Earn us some money. Shake them titties, Ray.
Does that work?
Yeah,
Where the
it
biddies?
helps.
Where the biddies?
Come on.
Where the biddies?
Come on.
Boobies. I shook them, dude. I
Oh,
swear
and
to God.
Allie, hello. See, Allie said he had COVID this month and he recovered from it, and it's a nothing burger.
It depends on the person, because my
It
wife.
does.
Listen, I'll tell you straight up.
I
My
had it and it
wife.
kicked my ass.
Yeah, Buckshot Kid.
But I also
Thank
treated
you.
it within the first 3 days, and I didn't have any other issues after that.
Buckshot Kid giving us some biddies
Yeah.
for titties. Thank you, my
Thank
brother.
you.
Appreciate it. Boobies. So my wife had it and she was fucked twice.
Yeah.
But she like me, see, I had to get this fucking thing if I wanted to work. And I know it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
You know, I have a son, I have a wife. I was at a point that I said, shit, am I going to sacrifice my entire career? If it's my time to go, it's my time to go. That's pretty much what I said.
It's shitty that they put anybody in that position. You shouldn't have to choose. It should always be your choice, not you being forced to choose between your career or your health.
Well, I was forced, but yeah, man. So this story is coming out again. You know, NYC Health. What is it? NYC Healthy. They're an official Twitter of New York City. It says Omicron subvariant XBB 1.5 now accounts for, you check this, 73% of all sequenced COVID-19 cases in New York City.
I think they're trying to cover up for the fact that the jab doesn't work, and they're still trying to push the booster.
Thank you.
And
That's I was trying to pull it out of you.
The fact that the unvaccinated have immunity, natural immunity, because they didn't take any vaccine, and we just didn't die off the way they were hoping, makes them look even worse. And there's, like I said, they're still trying to mandate it. They're still trying to push it. That's seems to be, the wheels are falling off of that. Thank God. Not fast enough, but it seems to be. I mean, the military just ended their mandates, thankfully.
They just ended it?
They ended it last week because of everything going on. And I believe New York City ended their mandates for their healthcare workers too.
I had no clue of that.
Additionally, SAG-AFTRA, Screen Actors Guild, Disney ended theirs a few months ago, and the rest of them on the West Coast are talking. Fran Drescher is the president. She's talking about ending them as well. She's saying it sets a dangerous precedent to force all these mandates, to keep forcing them. And what comes next? You're going to force everybody to get a monkeypox vaccine and every other vaccine that comes along.
What happened to monkeypox?
I know what happened to it, and they murdering bees. But
oh my God, the killer hornets, right? What were they called?
But as Jamie points out, all those who were discharged still lost their careers, whether it was military, healthcare, anything else. So, yep. So I just think they're trying to cover their ass, just like the words COVID side effects when it comes to illness or death is a weaponized language term. It's a weaponized term because I'll tell you what, people who are not vaccinated are not having COVID side effects. Like such and such died from COVID side effects. No, he didn't. He died from the vaccine. They're using that to cover it up.
Did I tell you how, like, I'd say scared, but it does creep in my mind that I got the you know, because I had to get the two jab gimmick.
Did you do anything past that?
No.
Good.
And let me tell you something. Hi,
Targaryen.
What's up, Targaryen? Between our family here, I'll tell you what, my job was like this close to saying, oh, you need to get a booster. And I told my boss straight up, I was like, dude, I am not getting anything more.
No, anybody who got the first two should be like, you know what? We did what we thought we were doing because we thought it was right. We thought we were doing it for other people. It obviously is not working because people are getting it anyway. Eat my ass.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. So we're not doing it anymore. If you don't want to do it anymore, you should just say, no, we're not doing it anymore. And yeah, exactly. For all the people who did quit and walk out,
wow,
you guys are our heroes.
And you know who else is my hero? People that eat ass.
There you go. Also, ass eaters.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
You make the world go round.
Goddamn right.
So there's a term for what's going on, you guys, and I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it's called democide. Democide is when a government wittingly or unwittingly kills off its people. It can be from neglect or it can be deliberate. But as many of you who have been following me for a long time, I've said, 2.5 years ago, I thought that genocide was happening. Genocide is a select group of people. This is just randomly across the board. So I think it's democide.
I've never heard that term before.
Mm-hmm.
Is there an an original place where that started happening? Using that term?
I don't know. I guess it's not something that is common because it doesn't commonly happen. But yeah.
So democide. I'm gonna try to break it down. Like I'm not fucking that smart, but when
someone pointed out when you're eating ham, you're actually eating a pig's ass. So lots of us are ass eaters.
Goddamn right, nothing wrong with that. Listen,
yeah.
I think I would put that on a t-shirt. Ass eaters make the world go round.
I would too. I actually used to put on my dating profile just to see if people would read it, that I love long walks on the beach during sunset after anal.
No, you didn't.
I did.
How many people actually like
And then underneath it'd be like, are you still reading?
That is so fucking funny. Did anybody comment on it though? Like
every once in a while you get one, because people don't read; they just look at the pictures. So I would just see if anybody's actually reading. Yeah, I love long walks on the beach after anal.
Jesus, that's great. See, this is why
someone says that's just sick. I'm a sick fuck. Sorry,
dude. This is why you and I get along, because I think we have. No, I know we have very similar senses of humor.
That's exactly what I say. Now that I have your attention, Targaryen would say, yep, exactly.
Now that I have your attention.
Now that I have your attention.
That's amazing.
Yep.
Long walks on the beach after anal.
Which, speaking of dating profiles, my friend and I are doing a dating podcast. Now, my friend Ty is fucking brilliant. And he has his own podcast called Breaking Your Chains. And if you are a thinker, and you like to think about all kinds of stuff from conspiracy theories to how the world works to metaphysics, you should look up Breaking Your Chains. But he and I are going to do a dating podcast, and it's going to cover everything from dating sites to how to get out there to all the misnomers about things and the just everything. So we're working on putting that together now. So I'm going to do his, and I'm going to have him come on here and do ours. So it should be a really fun time.
Fun fact. I never used a dating site before I met my wife.
Mm-hmm.
And I met my wife on fucking OkCupid.
Fun fact, OkCupid sold, this is also what we're going to talk about. OkCupid sold their members' information, and they're not even members because we didn't pay, right? They sold all their information to a facial recognition company. So all people who are on OkCupid are now in a facial recognition profile database.
Are you fucking shitting me?
Oh no, we're going to cover all that as well.
So who do I call to sue these motherfuckers?
They were sued, but of course none of us got anything from it.
You know what though?
So, Match.com has been sued as well. We're going to cover all of that.
What is it? Snatch.com?
Match.com and how Match.com actually works. So yeah, we're going to cover all of this. It'll be very interesting.
Oh my God, I can't wait to listen.
Oh yeah, we're going to cover all the scammers, the catfishers, the crazy people. It's not just dating. It's going to be covering how dating sites actually work, their algorithms. He's actually talked to somebody who knows, how these things work and what their actual MO is, different things. So he's one of those people that digs like 18 layers deep with things. So it's really interesting. So speaking of that, since we're going to try and get through some of this.
So artificial wombs now?
Artificial wombs. Yeah. Do you have that video?
Fuck, I don't.
You don't? Okay. It's really easy to find out, but I'll explain it to you really quick.
Hold on. I can just, what do I type up and look for?
Artificial wombs.
Okay. I'll find that on YouTube.
Yeah, it should come up. So a company has now developed, basically it's a, I want to say it's a lab. Where they can do up to 30 artificial wombs, and they're selling it in such a way that's interesting. So they're marketing it in, of course, like everything else, it's good for you, and it's helpful to the infertile couples or the people that just don't want to have kids and want to get out of shape or whatever, or their fertility problems, older, don't want to go through the pain of childbirth. And, you know, as they market everything that's a little bit scary and the change in the AI, they have just see
Question.
for yourself. What?
Question, Miss April. Is this the 8-minute one or the 3-minute one?
I go with the 3-minute one.
All right,
Because we want to talk about Velma after that.
Sure. Let me just pull this up as I set this up. Artificial wombs. Just make sure I'm going to show you the little screen gimmick here, and you'll be able to see if this is the right one. Okay.
Yeah, and we can cut it off short too.
Is this it right here? Gravitas.
Do the Ectolife one. Just start on that, and we'll just
Okay,
do a little bit of it.
Yeah, we can just tell me. Tell me when to stop and start it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. There may be a commercial, so please bear with me here.
Okay.
Of course.
Naturally.
All right. Yeah, of course. There's always a commercial. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let me first let me pause it. Let me unmute it. And let me play it. Here we go.
Sci-fi music.
Introducing Ectolife, the world's first artificial womb facility, powered entirely by renewable energy. Ectolife allows infertile couple to conceive a baby and become the true biological parents of
This is like giving me
It's a Matrix. It's totally Matrix vibes. Okay, go on.
their own offspring. It's a perfect solution for women who had their uterus surgically removed due to cancer or other complications. With Ectolife, premature births and C-sections will be a thing of the past. Ectolife is designed to help countries that are suffering from severe population decline.
But what about the connection between the mother and child as the child is developing in the womb?
Just keep going. You can scroll ahead to look at. You can download an app for that.
Okay, got it.
Including Japan, Bulgaria, South Korea, and many others. The facility features 75 highly equipped labs. Each state-of-the-art lab can accommodate up to 400 growth pods or artificial wombs. Every pod is designed to replicate the exact conditions that exist inside the mother's uterus. A single building can incubate up to 30,000 lab-grown babies per year.
Lab-grown
Ectolife-
babies.
Lab-grown
like lab-grown meat.
or like lab-grown freaking diamond rings.
So scroll forward a little bit till we get to the girl talking on the app to her kid.
Okay, I don't know where that's gonna be again.
You'll see it. She'll be on.
Oh wait, this is it.
Maybe. Yep.
Yeah, this is it. Let me get it back
Right
here.
there.
All right, let me go about right here. Here we go.
You can monitor all
The
their
pods
vitals.
are equipped with a screen that displays real-time data on the developmental progress of your baby. These data are sent directly to your phone so you can track your baby's health from the comfort of your zone. The app also provides you with a high-resolution live view of your baby's development. A special section in the app allows you to watch a time-lapse of your baby's growth and share it directly with your loved ones. Because babies can recognize language and learn new words while still in the womb, Ectolife growth pods feature internal speakers that play a wide range of words and music to your baby. Through the app, you can choose the playlist that your baby listens to. You can also directly sing to your baby and make them familiar with your voice before birth. Our goal is to provide you with an intelligent offspring that
Hold on.
truly reflects your smart choices.
Designer babies. The comfort of your zone. Yeah, you like that, Jamie? From the comfort of your zone. So they're going to zone us. Do you see that's already happening in England? They've zoned people. They're zoning an area in England to test it out. You're not allowed to have more than 100 trips out of your zone in England. So let's talk about some of this, okay? I feel like they're trying to get rid of everything natural. And I know AI is inevitable. We're going through a revolution. But it feels like they're getting rid of natural food for lab-grown meat. They're getting rid of natural gender. It feels like they're saying that the male chromosome is starting to disappear. If I don't know if you've noticed this, I noticed it back when with wrestlers and bodybuilders, they all were having daughters. It seemed like everybody's having daughters. And at first, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I thought it was the steroids because the father is responsible for the sex. So I figured steroids were killing off the male sperm. But then I noticed my My friends that were not on steroids and not in bodybuilding were also having daughters. So I think in the future, we're going to see a severely flip-flopped situation where there are far more women than men. I think it's already happened.
Well, it's good for you guys looking for a date.
There you go. Unless you're just dealing with a bunch of lesbians. Women are very adaptive. And we can lab grown our babies now, so we don't need you. Between vibrators and lab grown babies, y'all are, and lawn services. So it just seems like they're trying to denaturalize everything: birthing, food, gender, even tear apart the family and tell you that there is no God or no higher power, no creator. So what the fuck? Is it just me saying this, or
wow?
I mean, is it just? I mean, there is a growing movement that they've labeled as extremist or right wing or underground, of people wanting to grow their own food and celebrate their family and be okay with God. And these people are considered extremists now. So it's strange. That's all. It's strange. So that's just something to be aware of. Now, like I said, in England, they've already started zoning people as an experiment because of carbon emissions. Now, carbon actually makes the world more green. When we've had higher carbon, we've had much more plant life. We are carbon. So this whole carbon thing, if you really, really learn about it, it does not make sense. So, but they are trying to limit cars to 100 trips outside of a zone. And the zone is about 15 minutes, which is why they mention zone on that. They plan to zone everything and limit what you can and can't travel. And if you go past your trips, you'll be fined. So this is actually happening in other countries. So this is something, like, again, not trying to freak people out. I'm just trying to say knowledge is power. So this is a little bit of what's going on here. And if digital money as well. So if we're not okay with it, and we don't stand up for it, and we don't push back against it, it's going to be pushed into play. Just like the mandates were. Did we learn from those?
So, all right. So this is this is my belief. Hollywood prepares us for the inevitable.
Yeah, Hollywood never lies.
What am I talking about? And I love using this example. Me and Ben always had this conversation. I said, dude, in our lifetime, we will live.
Yes, government. Sorry, Winona. I don't mean to interrupt you, but government's. Sure. Winona says they're acting as if government is God, the creator, and they're also training people that your religion is Democrat or Republican.
Right.
That is what you worship. That is what you identify as now. I don't understand why every American, after what's been going on, has not moved to change their political affiliation to NPA or independent, because that's how you withdraw your support. That's one of the ways to withdraw your support from the government. Go on. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, it's cool. I just wanted to maybe you guys have noticed this. Maybe April, you know about this, but I like using this example the best. I always told Ben that I said 2023, and I said this about 3 years ago. And more we're seeing more UFOs and talk about aliens, and people like basically shooting like UFOs that are clear. It's not from this world, and it's nothing. Why? Because we're fucking used to it. Why? Because movies like V, remember that TV show V, Visitors, where the aliens come down, Independence Day, movies where the aliens are nice, like E.T. coming to visit, that type of stuff. All that stuff is doing, it's called predictive programming. If you don't know what that is, just Google it, look into it. I tell you guys, do your own research. I get that from my boy, Billy Ray Valentine. Never take our word for it. Do your own research. Look up predictive programming. They set us up for the inevitable. The Matrix, a lot of the shit in the Matrix and that movie was so revolutionary, not only because it had cool graphics and shit, and but it spoke about a world that we're starting to see develop right now.
Yes.
You know, and this shit right here that you showed me, April, it actually affected me.
It's also a preparation for the infertility issues that we're going to be dealing with due to this, I believe, shot.
Oh, absolutely.
And the fact that people are being told not to have kids because of, again, carbon emissions and it's green. Now, if we're so overpopulated that they want to, here's a question for you. If we're so overpopulated that it's an issue that they're telling people not to have kids, why are they creating labs where they can sustain up to 75 babies at a time? Why are they putting that much money into it?
And not only that, don't we have a problem with overpopulation on this planet?
Allegedly.
Interesting.
I know we have a lot of traffic here. Allegedly.
And light skin Larry Targaryen. No, they were not. The aliens in V were not low key hostile. They were fucking hostile. once everybody found out what they were. I want you guys to, if you want to see a movie, a great movie that kind of will open your eyes up to a lot of stuff that's happening now. There's a WWE legend that passed away. His name is Rowdy Piper.
Rowdy Piper, yeah.
And I want you guys, and if you've never seen it, They Live. Please watch this movie. You can find
it's the original conspiracy theory movie.
It is so cheesy at times. It is so real.
It's so cheesy, but the message is very good.
It's incredible.
Roddy
should have won a fucking award for that thing.
He's immortalized because of it.
God bless Roddy.
Everybody knows They Live and Obey.
What's the line? Do you know the line?
Come on.
I came here for two things: to chew bubble gum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubble gum. Damn it! Great.
So speaking of hostile aliens, Velma. They have taken a childhood show that was about lightheartedness and fun with Scooby and Shaggy and all the crew there. And they have done something that has irritated me for years. And again, if you've been following me for years, you know that I've been talking about this for like a decade now. That I cannot stand when they take an established entity and then race and gender swap, just because I think that is lazy booking, lazy casting, lazy writing. If you want to change gender and race for your leads, don't do it. Create a whole new project and start a whole new franchise for this particular situation and build off of that and leave these established franchises alone that people love. So once again, through lazy casting and lazy booking, they have ruined another show and dumped a whole lot of money into it to do it. So apparently Velma is like the worst ever.
So Mindy Kaling, for the people that don't know who she is, Mindy Kaling, she was the young Indian girl that was that worked in the office in the TV show The Office. I think I've sent you pictures of her when she first started in The Office, how she looked very Indian, and through some cosmetic surgery.
No, she was, Indians look different, but
they looked.
She was very, very dark.
She was dark.
Indian.
She was dark skinned Indian. And she had like her facial features, like her nose was a little bigger.
She looked very Sri Lankan.
Right. Thank you. That's why
I dated it. I had 2 different Indian boyfriends.
Well, thanks for helping cleaning this one up. Well, if you look at her now, her nose is I guess a little thinner. Her face is thinner. Her skin is lighter.
She's very Caucasianized.
I told you, I told April that skin lightening was in fact a thing. It blew you away, no?
Yeah, she looks completely different. I didn't even know. I was like, that's the same girl. Like her nose everything's different.
This really pissed me off because they did this with one of my very favorite TV shows of all time as a kid, and it was He-Man. The dickhead that did the Jay and Silent Bob, the heavier of the two. I forget his name all the time. Silent Bob. He wrote this cartoon, and see, this is what's happening. You have a lot of people in Hollywood, and they're taking these IPs, and they want to recreate them in what they believe is right. Okay, He-Man is a great example. April, the cartoon's fucking He-Man. Now, Teela was one of my very favorite characters. I don't know if you remember. That was the female counterpart to He-Man. She was tough. She was badass. She was one of the leaders of the soldiers and shit. Not good enough. They had to make He-Man basically fucking an idiot. They had to kill They killed He-Man off and made Tila the new He-Man. Basically, it was like insane.
Everything stupid that it could be.
Insane. So I just wanted to play a little clip of this for people that haven't seen this, and then you could just jump right in, April, at the parts that annoy you. Okay, this is the official trailer, and just so you guys know, it has 1.74 million views. It doesn't show the dislikes, but I know for a fact it has almost 400,000 dislikes, 13,000 likes, 6% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes for audience members, and 57% for people that are the professional. So even the professional reviewers hate this shit. But let's play a little clip.
Oh, and I'm gonna say something ahead of time too.
I'll set this up. Go ahead, do your thing.
What's annoying about this and other shows like it is they take the white person in this show and they make him a complete fucking idiot. Like he's worse than an idiot. So the whole thing with woke, you're trying to combat racism, but you're trying to combat racism with more racism. Okay, this isn't equality. This is not equal rights for all when you're sitting there and putting one race over another. We didn't get here doing the right thing, and we're not here. We're not fixing it doing the wrong thing still. So we've already dealt with enough racism in Hollywood, Golden Globes, all of that. Clearly, white people have been favored for a very long time. And it's nice that the tides are turning finally, and people of other color and gender are getting more opportunity, obviously. But turning around and taking a group of people and cutting them out or trying to obliterate them or making them look less than is just as bad. So what's the difference between taking a white guy and making him look like a bumbling idiot and turning him into a jackass, or portraying a group of black men like they're nothing but felons?
Yeah, white.
It's the same thing.
White bad is not a thing. It's not fair. And just so you know,
you're still stereotyping.
Yeah, like people. I hate the fact, I'm Latino, and I grew up with black and Latino friends, mostly, whites, everybody, but mostly Latinos and blacks. I grew up with. Long story short, I used to hate when my friends would be like, well, black people can't be racist. Spanish people can't be. Of course you can be fucking racist. Everybody can be racist. Now, with that being said, one of my favorite characters, Fred, who I always looked at as the leader of this group, they made him a childlike moron and the joke is that he has a tiny baby penis. With that being said, here is the trailer for Velma.
This is my story told my way.
Oh, and let me just real quick, I'm so sorry for being rude. These motherfuckers in this trailer, they told you that they knew you weren't gonna like this, and they did it anyway. Check it out.
Don't care.
Yeah, watch.
Jeez.
Here he goes.
My name is Velma Dinkley, and I've decided to finally share the bone-chilling events that drove me to assemble the greatest team of spooky mystery solvers ever. This is my story told my way.
Actually, this isn't the trailer. This is the one I sent you?
You sent me two.
No, this isn't the trailer I sent you. This is the second trailer that had even more. Hold on. First, let me do first trailer, because that's the one I really, really wanted you to see. This is it. Here we go.
Dear HBO Max, I just learned you intend to make a genre-bending comedic origin story of Judy Jetson. When I heard this new version of Judy Jetson wouldn't be boy crazy, the only word I had to describe my disgust is jinkies. If there is one thing the internet agrees on, it's that you should never change anything ever. I hope you die. Sincerely, Velma. Well, at least Judy's still white.
Wow.
Unknown color.
You didn't see that one, right?
No, I didn't see that one.
Check it out.
Ookie.
Could you imagine
Hello?
saying that the
Velma
other way
Dinkley
around?
Speaking.
Say that again.
Could you imagine saying that the other way around?
Shit.
That would be yanked as hate in 2 seconds.
Just like that. But hold on.
Hello, Velma. Do you like solving mysteries?
Yeah, but I'm actually much more three-dimensional than that. Who is this?
That's the mystery. And solve it quick, because I'm in your house.
A serial killer calling from inside my house? Yes, that's a classic, and that's my point. Why change anything when the classics all still work, right? Wait, you're inside my house!
So that was basically the first trailer.
Mhm.
So as you continue, I'm not going to play the other trailer, but basically, she told you straight up, and you see how it's like little jabs.
Mhm.
Like, why change anything? You should never change anything.
Right.
It's kind of like a backhanded. Oh my god, it's so
And
enraging.
I mean, to be fair, to be completely fair,
Mhm.
if she has been in Hollywood for a long time, looking at the flip side, and she came in as a very dark-skinned woman, she's probably dealt with her fair share of bullshit. So
Absolutely.
when she got a chance to do things her own way and throw some digs out there, she's taken them. Doesn't make it right, but I understand it.
Did you hear the conspiracy theory?
No, I didn't.
There's a conspiracy theory now. The people that are, let's just say, left-wing liberals, like extremists,
Mhm.
are saying now they believe that Mindy Kaling is actually a right-wing Republican who created this story to make it as bad as possible to make the left liberals look bad.
Really?
I swear to God, Google it.
Okay. There's a
Do-
conspiracy theory for everything.
Do your research, my friends.
I guess you can't rule anything out these days. But wait, I want to leave you with one last thing.
Yes, please.
Okay. A happy story, a happy feel-good story.
Oh, hold on. Let me lower this down. I want to hear the happy
Okay.
feel-good story.
So a man in England who spent his life helping disabled people find homes, because sometimes it's difficult to find homes when you're disabled. You have special needs and you need things, and it's more costly. So a man who spent his life helping disabled people find homes has won a 2.5 million quid country house in a raffle, or £1 million, sorry. So a man who, Grant Carson, scooped up 5-bedroom farmhouse complete with 8 acres of the Lake District after entering the OMA's £1 million house draw. The 58-year-old widower said he can now get a dog, which is what he's always wanted. But it was always out of the question due to chronic arthritis he's had since he was 7. So the new home is surrounded by an idyllic countryside, and he can definitely afford a dog walker because along with the house, he was also given $100,000 in cash. So he worked the same Glasgow charity for 27 years, helping disabled people from all aspects of life, and has never won anything before. He was understandably stunned when he was surprised with his 3-bedroom home in Glasgow. So it's kind of nice. If you see the picture of him, it's really, really sweet. So it's an 18th century house, and he can finally get his dog, and he's a widower. And to spend your life trying to get people into homes and help them while not having much for yourself, and then all of a sudden you get a home, that's kind of nice. So you can look that up too.
It's a nice. How old is the guy? Do you know? Does it
He's
say?
58 years old.
He's gonna live another 20, 30 years.
Yep, and they're also giving him enough money that he can take care of it.
That is beautiful. And by the way, I don't know if I'm saying this right. EV Township just gave you a little love there. So
boobies. Oh, thank you.
Boobies.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So you guys, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much for showing up. We are live on Wednesdays at 4:30 p.m. on Twitch. You can find all of our shows on patreon.com, The A Show. You can find me on Patreon, April Hunter. You can also find me on, you can find me on Instagram, Real April Hunter, Twitter, Real April Hunter. And where can they find you, Ray?
Oh, you can find me on all social media, Instagram, Twitter, where I'm verified right now. Finally, after paying $11. And actually, it doesn't make a difference, guys. A lot of my tweets are being seen more, and I did it so I can share this show and the shows that I do more, and it's being seen a lot more. So
Oh, does
What?
it? Is
Yeah,
it?
it actually, yeah, it's kind of, check it out. I like the fact that I can tweet and, oh shit, I fucked up, and I can go back and actually fix it.
Oh, really? Instead of deleting it and starting over?
Yeah, you can, yeah. So there's a couple of cool things. I mean, you can look into it, guys, if you're into the Twitter blue gimmick. It's not bad. So check it out.
Okay, good to know.
But follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and everywhere else, TikTok, also at Big Ray Hernandez. And check out my stuff, man. Come visit me in the morning if you're not doing anything, or night, wherever you're listening to, 11 a.m. I'm usually on with the vet, Jamie Williams, and we do the Next Level Wrestling review, where we talk WWE developmental. That's NXT. And we also break down some news, and we gave a lot of love, man, to our boy. Rest in peace, Jay Briscoe. Anyway, man, listen, I got to tell you something, April. I really enjoyed talking to you today. This was fun. Good stories, good topics, a lot of shit that I'm going to start looking into, especially this artificial womb stuff. And I think that's it. So you have a good night, April. And I'll see you next week.
Don't let it all freak you out. Just knowledge is power, you guys.
Yeah. Say goodbye, April.
All right. Thanks, you guys. It was nice talking with you, Ray. It was nice talking with everybody in the chat. Thank you so much.
Have a good night, y'all. Oh, yeah. Keep doing that. Boobies.